Hello guys, and welcome to my book presentation. This is Grace Tolman, and you're probably wondering why I am in the bathroom of all places in the bathtub behind me. Well, the book that I wanted to share with you today is entitled 101 Reasons Why I'm Not Taking a Bath. This is written by Stacy McNulty and illustrated by Joy Ann. This is a picture book, and it's meant for ages 3 to 7 years old. Now, the plot of the book chronicles this little guy who was called to take a bath. And because he didn't want to take a bath, he enumerated 100 reasons why he should not be forced to bathe himself. It fits perfectly with the audience because it's straightforward and humorous. And the point of view, of course, comes from this little boy through his words and the pictures that is connected to it. Now, with the pictures and also with the words, you can totally feel the emotions of this boy, that he is pretty naive but very determined to make his mom believe that he does not need to take a bath. So the underlying theme that I've gathered from this is that everyone can reason their way out of something if they don't want to. Now, that might be a little bit controversial since there are things that we need to do in spite of not wanting to do it, especially with little kids and especially bathing. But I think that if kids read this, they would find the little boy a little bit too exaggerated and obnoxious, but they would just laugh it off instead of emulating the little guy. So another thing that I really liked about this is the style. I think it fit perfectly for the young audience, and the pictures also capture the attention of the kids. Speaking of the illustrations, I love that the colors within the book is very warm, so it denotes energy. There's a lot of reds, a lot of browns and yellows to it, so I thought that's really good. And then if you can see the little guy right here, you can tell that most of the lines of the boy is curved, and so that just kind of shows flow and movement. And I also noticed that there's a little bit of jagged edges on his hair, which for me denotes that there's a little bit of defiance with this boy. But overall, he's somebody that's cute and moving and very active. So some of the, he says a lot of reasons, but it's actually not 101. But some of the reasons that I really liked about the reasons that he said in this book. Well, first of all, let me show you this first page. You can see how dramatic he is here. Like the world is going to end because he is forced to take a bath. I thought that the illustrations by Miss Ang was really perfect for this book. But his first reason, of course, is that he doesn't want to take a bath because he's not dirty. He doesn't think he's dirty, but the picture, of course, shows otherwise. And then he also says that he doesn't need to take a bath because he's not as stinky as his feet, which, of course, the picture shows otherwise as well. And finally, my favorite is that he says he found a self-cleaning button within him, and that is his belly button, and he compared himself to the oven. I just thought that is super hilarious. So very well written here. And then finally, his mom had had enough and says, you're still going to take a bath, and that was only 88 reasons. And he was very surprised that his mom was actually counting. Yeah, kids are always surprised that mom is always one step ahead of them, right? And finally, because he just had enough, that he just started to whine and just continued to say he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to. However, this page doesn't have any pictures, and yet it denotes that he still got in the bath. At first he wasn't happy, and then he was thinking it's not so bad, and then he found the toys, and then all of a sudden he was happy. If you are a parent or have taken care of a child, you know that they're just very hesitant of something, and then once they get into it, they're like, oh, it's not so bad, and they enjoy it. Unfortunately for our protagonist, our little boy, mom says it's time to get out of the tub, and he is just not happy about that. And he says he doesn't want to, and he continues to say that he will give her 102 reasons why he should not get out of the tub. And oh boy, it starts all over again. So that is the book that I want to share with you today. I really like this book for the colors, the illustrations. I think the ladies that created this book really worked together really well to match the pictures and the words. Of course, some of the words, the pictures, the opposite of the book, I mean, of the words, but then that's what makes it really funny and obnoxious. And so I give this book a 5. And my favorite thing about this book actually is reading it with my 3-year-old. So now he picks up this book on his own and he looks at the pictures for cues on what were the reasons that this little boy was talking about. And he calls them reasons. So I think it's just too adorable to not to mention that. So so that is my book for today, and I hope that you'll pick it up and read it to a little person in your life. Bye.